All right, we are live now. So this is Indie Talk with Jesse and Jeryn, featuring Below Zero Wrestling co-owner Nick Stokke. How's it going, Nick?
Good, good. It's going good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So a few months ago, we actually had you a little bit of a different setup with the working technology and everything, but we decided it'd be best to have you on again since we got StreamYard and Instagram Live working and everything. So yeah.
Yeah, no, excited to be back. Anytime I can talk wrestling or, I enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, we'll start off with a question. So you were, or your company is heading on its 1 year anniversary. So how
hmm
special is it that Below Zero Wrestling has had 1 year now?
It's crazy. It's been an amazing year of almost amazing, of shows. We'll have our 1 year anniversary show in May on the 15th, back in Fargo at the Sanctuary Event Center again, where it all started. So we're really excited for that, and just where it's been from day one to now is it's been a pretty wild ride, and really excited to see where we continue to go and where we grow.
Mhm. Yeah. I've been to not some of the super early shows, but I would say probably the mid-year shows. I went to my first show in September at the Sanctuary Event Center, and yeah, that was my first experience with Below Zero Wrestling, and went to Fergus Falls, and then went back to Sanctuary in January. So it's really cool to see how Below Zero Wrestling has progressed in that short amount of time that I've at least seen it, and then throughout that whole year that you've been running it. So yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming. You've been a huge supporter of us and huge supporter of indie wrestling just around the area. So it's awesome to have fans like yourself and everyone else that does that and supports everyone, and myself, and I know others really appreciate it too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's always great to be appreciated and add another company to the bucket list of new companies that I want to see. So
There you go.
yeah. Mm-hmm. So another question. What is the best wisdom you received before starting the company, and how have you used it?
The best is it was probably just to be real, be honest, and just be ourselves. We, myself and my business partner Zach, we both have certain things that we're good at, and qualities that we really um, use to make our company what it is. And I've just been told over and over, just continue being true to yourself, continue being true to the company. Don't lie, don't do anything underhanded, nothing like that. Just be honest with everyone, and it's true. It's been because of stuff like that. It's been really, it's nice. It's not like you're going behind people's backs and stuff like that. So that's probably been the best advice that I've been given and continue to be given by a lot of people that I talk to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely, and especially when you're in the Midwest wrestling industry and territories, it's good to have respect for everyone and keep running your promotion and have, I guess, a little bit of competition because I mean you are a wrestling company and you want to produce the best content that you can, and then also forge with other companies. So yeah.
Yeah, I think the advantage of being in the Midwest is, you have so many great companies around that it actually makes all of them be better or strive to be better. And you can go to the cities, to Wisconsin, all the way down to Omaha, and everywhere in between, and there are so many great talented companies out there with amazing talented wrestlers, and it's kind of, it drives everyone's product and production up and everything like that. So that's really awesome too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Um, sh- so when did you specifically get involved in the Midwest wrestling business?
Well, years ago, I tried to get my foot in the door a little bit, just with some stuff, and that just didn't, really work out or whatever. But specifically, like when me and Zach really started everything would have been, towards the end of 2020, going into the 2021 year, and that's when it is for business wise. Wrestling fan wise, I've been a fan of wrestling forever, and the indie scene around here has been really good for a very long time. And so specifically, when did I really get into the Midwest wrestling? I don't have a date, but I just know that I've followed it for a very long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know it's always hard to pinpoint years, and I mean, I can always remember mine because it was just 2017 and under the Big Top one, and then going to that and MAW, MIW, and even First and all that. So,
Sure.
yeah, now a number of years later doing this, and yeah, it's just crazy, cool to see where people start in the wrestling business, and I think few, yeah a few days ago we were talking with, or I was talking with the AWF announcer DJ Draper, and he was talking about how he was just like a pretty much a kid that went to shows and did like little interviews with the wrestlers, and now he's an official announcer for the AWF. So just cool
Yeah.
to see where they go.
Yeah, pretty much everyone starts as a fan. You got to start as a fan and want to be part of the business and everything like that. And from there, you figure out what's your niche or what's your way to be a part of it. And everyone gets led somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Looking at the comments on Instagram, what is it? Magical Man. Is there any locker room moments yet? Anything that surprised you about the business?
Uh, I mean, surprising? No. I mean, I haven't had any moments backstage or anything like that where people are like, where you're like caught off guard. I mean, in a bad way by any means. I mean, what's been surprising is how well we've had our locker room has got along and meshed, and it seems like that everyone from all over, you have people from all different states and people that may have worked together before and people that may have not worked together before, and how well that locker room stays that way. The biggest surprise I probably ever had locker room wise was Winter Slam was the day after my birthday, and they went around and someone got me a birthday card, and they had everyone sign it, and they handed that to me at the end of the show, and I was like, that's probably the biggest surprise I've had, like locker room wise, is that a group of people can come together and do that, and it made me feel really good, and like I was like, man, this is awesome.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's cool that the wrestlers have that respect for you, even just having the company for over a year, or a year now, and it's cool to see that you've impacted them that way. So yeah. And yeah, also speaking of birthdays, I'm just gonna transition like that. But today is Rampage Santana's birthday. You have any thoughts about on Rampage, because he's been on your show a couple of times now?
Yeah, we've had him a few times. Hopefully, he'll be back for us at some point. um, Great guy, great talent. He's wrestling all around the Midwest, and excited to see where that career goes for him.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's been. Our first saw him in MIW last. I think it was June. Saw him in yeah, facing Leonard Literacy. It was the first time I saw him. I believe. I think I might have talked to him on Facebook or Instagram, but him, Leonard Literacy, and I were just talking at the show, and then that's pretty much what started me talking with Rampage, and then going to his shows and MAW and Ironheart, and I think he's probably the biggest rookie there is right now. So yeah.
Yeah, hasn't been around long, and you can tell there's just a lot of natural ability right there. So, like I said, it's gonna be really fun to see where his career goes.
Yeah, yeah. Um, uh, What helps a wrestling company get over with fans?
I think that there's a lot, that you just have to, not you necessarily market to everyone. I mean, you got to know your fan base, and every company has kind of their own niche fan base of what you're looking for and what type of fans you want to draw to your show. And the thing that gets over, for the fans is the amazing talent that's in that locker room. I mean, I try to give props to them as much as I possibly can, because it's, I only do so much. Zach only does so much. Like, we have our things, but when it comes down to it, match after match is a bunch of guys and girls in the back that come out and put it all on the line for all the fans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it is for the fans, and it's I think the fans have really supported Below Zero Wrestling this whole year, and I believe they're gonna definitely continue to support it, since it is one of the few companies that there is in Fargo / North Dakota. So yeah. Mm-hmm. It's crazy that I mean, a few years ago when I got into wrestling, I never expected to be in the Fargo area, just because I never thought I'd move up there. But then college happens, and I try to find wrestling because I want to keep going, and most of it is in the cities, and then find Below Zero Wrestling, and it's definitely had a lot of great shows so far. So yeah.
We plan to keep it up. So
yeah. In the comments here, Paul Lintz.
Paulie.
Yeah. He says Below Zero Wrestling is the best local promotion. I have ring announced for. They got their shit together. So.
Well, Paul has been a part of Below Zero now for, let's see, I could be wrong here, but 4 shows, I think. Paul, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but Paul has been an announcer here for at least the last couple shows, and so he's definitely been a part of what we do here at Below Zero, and like I said, we value everyone that's part of it, and he gets in there and does ring announcing for us, and gets the crowd going and makes sure that everyone knows what's going up. So we're very fortunate to have guys like Paul helping us out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think he's been doing a pretty good job, and I think one of the probably his coolest moments was at Fergus Falls. I believe he took some kind of weapon. I forgot what it was, but he took a weapon to Sly Fox after he had enough of his Sly Fox's shenanigans. So it was kind of cool.
That was the owner of that brewery that we were at, actually.
That's a different. Oh,
yep, that would have been a different one. Paul has done the last couple of the Sanctuary and down in Wahpeton. In Fergus, it was the owner / brewer of that brewery that we were at, Outstate Brewing, and Sly got on his nerves, and so he made sure to take care of Sly.
Yeah. I mean, they look a little bit similar. I was like, maybe that's the guy. But I was like, nah. Yes. Yeah. Whoopsie.
I don't know. Maybe Paul might be able to make a good beer like those guys too. You never know. He seems like one of those guys.
Yeah. I think he should be part of the making beers in the back of the Sanctuary like they do. So, yeah. Oh man. Another thing in the or actually 2 comments in the comment section. Brandon Harara says, "What's up, Nick?"
Hey, Brandon.
And then he also says, "What is the update on Nick Stokke putting the smackdown on Sylvester J. Fox?"
We have me and Sly have a very I don't know if you want to call it a love-hate relationship. We don't try to cross paths too much, but he's had some choice words for me in the past, and so I just I try to keep my distance. You never know what might happen, but for right now, I think we'll just that love-hate will just kind of stay where we're at.
Yeah. He's definitely been quite the character in wrestling, and he's currently managing the system, which is going to be a pretty interesting alliance going forward. So,
Yeah, he's got a couple guys now with the Sly guys, Mac and the system, and he's just I can't get rid of him. He's just everywhere. I turn my back and there's Sly.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's just there, and sometimes he gets beat up, like at the brewery. And I believe Eric Rowan Redbeard got a shot at him that
Oh
in
yeah,
January. So yeah, I think
oh
he's
yeah.
got to be a little more careful and just stay into his manager extraordinaire abilities. So.
Right, right. He gets a little too comfortable around the ring sometimes.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Uh, okay. Yeah. Comment from Paul now. I would like to take a weapon to Sly. Oh man.
Hey, Paul's in the ring with him probably more than most people when he's around. Sly better watch his back. Paul might get him one day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh man, we're getting quite a few comments now on Instagram. Magical, I think, yeah, Magical Man says no one loves Sly.
Sly loves Sly.
Sly loves Sly, and I think System loves Sly now, but we'll see
Yeah,
how
yeah,
that
yeah,
goes. And it's going to be a pretty dangerous alliance, I think. So,
yeah.
mhm.
It could be. They beat DeLorean down there in Wapaton, and now the system will be facing Jack Ledger for the title, and that'll be Jack's first defense. And
Mhm.
Jack is no stranger to Sly throughout the years, so he'll be on his best and watchful, during that match and everything. So that's going to be a very interesting one. Going to be a really good one.
Mhm. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, it'd be yeah, Jack Ledger's first title defense, and possibly systems sec. He might become a system two belts with the MAW championship, but I guess we can only see. So
He keeps
yeah.
talking about how he wants to be the champion of the Midwest, all over the Midwest, and it's like, oh man. I guess
Hmm.
he's got Sly in his corner now. So like we said, you never know what's going to happen.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. And was it last Friday now? Came close to beating Xander Killen for the Ironheart Pro Wrestling Championship, and
That's right.
he's. Mhm. Yeah, he's getting close, but I believe there's they pretty much pulled like a John Cena Batista Royal Rumble spot, and they had both of the refs arguing with each other, and then Xander and System arguing, and just it ended up in Xander Killen getting arrested at the end of the show. So that was pretty interesting. Yeah, yeah. Um, the comment relating to the next show, he says, when's Jackson Black coming on? We will have him on after Nick Stokke at 9:15. So just wanted to throw that in right there. Let's go with another question. So you are, or yeah, I want to talk about fatherhood and family life.
Yeah. So I have two wonderful daughters and a wonderful wife, she has been more than supportive of me, helps out a lot with Below Zero Wrestling. She's pretty much anything I need to do, runs around and helps. And a lot of my family does too, with my parents, my sister, my brother-in-laws, um, Zach's family. I mean, we've been very fortunate with all of our family, but my wife has been a huge supporter and huge help with Below Zero. And my two daughters, Haley and Harper. Haley is 5, and Harper just turned 1 on Monday, so she's 1 years old. And Haley might be BZW's biggest fan. She, that's what she wants to watch. We sit down for supper, and she wants to watch matches on YouTube, or she wants to, look at pictures from the last events, or just stuff like that. She's a very big wrestling fan, so that's been awesome as a dad. You can bond over something like that at such a young age with your kids, and we love having her around at the shows. And the guys really have some of them have really taken to her, and she knows everyone by name. And at home, she's doing the poses of guys like Jack Ledger and Bobby Brennan, and Sierra and stuff like that, so it's awesome having them, be part of Below Zero in a sense, and can share this experience with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's cool that your kids are getting into it and they're recognizing that you probably have one of the coolest companies out there for first year. So it's definitely cool that they're able to experience wrestling and you're able to take them to shows. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I love it. I got to get her in her. She wants to always wrestle at home or get in a ring if we got the ring set up or anything like that. And she's brutal. She might be in there one day. She's brutal.
oh man, you got a next Stokke in the wrestling business.
I guess.
Hmm. Oh man. On Instagram, Magical Man says, "When are you bringing in Danny Duggan?"
Danny, yeah, he's back wrestling in the States now for the last few months. Not someone that I've talked to per se about anything yet, but I would never say never. Very familiar with Danny throughout his years of CWE and even back at FLW when Fully Loaded was around, and so it could happen. I would never, like I said, never say never. He's an amazing talent, and down the road you might see Danny in a BZW ring someday.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I think that would definitely be awesome to see. I haven't seen Danny in years. I know he was doing the CWE, and now he's back in the States wrestling. So I think it
Mhm.
would be interesting to have him in. So
Yeah, yeah, I'd love to get it back to Fargo sometime, and you never know, that might start the wheels turning here a little bit, and maybe sooner than later. I guess we'll have to see.
hmm yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've seen, or I think the first time I saw Danny Duggan was back in 2017. I saw him in for Steel Domain Wrestling back in Bloomington, or no, originally Richfield, Minnesota. So yeah, he's
Oh,
definitely
sure.
back at the Richfield American Legion. So yeah, he's definitely an over. He's over with the crowd, and he's got pretty much a good physique and body, and he's good for the wrestling. So yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
mm-hmm. Yeah. Um, okay, let's go with another question here. Um, Yeah, so you race. Well, I don't know, probably not recently, but you have Below Zero Wrestling merch, and I was wondering who is your creator and company for getting Below Zero Wrestling merch.
Yeah, so we just very simple stuff that we have right now is t-shirts. I have this sweatshirt here. It's I guess you can say it's a one of a kind. It's the guy that does it is T Squared embroidery and T Squared, yeah, T Squared embroidery, screen printing in Moorhead, Minnesota. Eric over there at T Squared is wonderful to work with. Um, we'll eventually be getting some more stuff, whether it's hoodies, different T-shirts, whatever it is. But we'll definitely expand that as well. But for right now, we just have our T-shirts. I think you're wearing one right now, even.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, I was
Eric,
gonna bring that
Eric,
up.
yeah, there you go.
The
Eric
T-shirt.
at T Squared is great, so can't be very happy with what he's done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got this shirt back in. I think it was the first show in September. I got it after the show, and I was like, think it would be pretty cool to get a Below Zero Wrestling T-shirt and support a new company. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you get T-shirts with? I mean, as long as the companies have them, do you try to get one everywhere you go?
Yeah, I try to get I've been trying to now start collecting company shirts compared to wrestling shirts because I mean I've got so many now, and yeah, trying to get company shirts. So I guess it would fit, or I guess make more sense to bring a company shirt to a company because then that's just
Mhm.
supporting the company and the wrestlers, and it's neutral, and I won't have like the system botching me for wearing maybe a future Rampage shirt one day.
Yeah, if you wear a Rampage shirt and the system sees that, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're wrestling like this weekend or next weekend at DPW. So,
Yeah.
you got enemies there if you're wearing Rampage stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This Sunday, Discover Pro Wrestling reduced to Ash system versus Rampage Santana for the MAW championship. So it's got a cross promotion right there, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one. DPW seems like a really, really great company and someone that I'd love to work with down the road.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see. Magical Man says, "What is your favorite cut of steak and favorite side dish?" Interesting.
A ribeye, a porterhouse, T-bone. I mean, I don't really know if you can go wrong with any of those. Side dish with it, garlic mashed potatoes and asparagus, or fried potatoes, and something along those lines. Yeah, now I'm hungry again. I ate right before I got here. Now I eat. I mean, I could eat a steak and potatoes any time of the day, any time of the week, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, a little different for me. I've never been much of a steak guy, but I mean, I know there are a lot of people out there, and it's definitely a popular fancy dinner kind of thing. So, yeah, or even just
We gotta
barbecue.
get you a good steak one night.
Yeah. Oh man, Below Zero wrestling after party.
There you go. Yeah, we haven't had one of those yet. We're hoping to have one maybe in June after the Deal del Taco Fest show. So might have our first ever after party, and we'll see. We have nothing set in stone yet, but we're working on it to have our very first one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've seen pictures from various companies of them having after parties. I'm like, that's got to be cool to talk just about the show, and then in general after a good show. Probably most of them have been pretty packed houses and good shows overall. So it's definitely a cool thing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. I'm not sure if he's asking about if this is an Instagram thing or if it's a TV network, but do you have IWTV?
I mean, personally, yes, I have IWTV. Below Zero is not on IWTV. It's something that we've been looking into, whether it's through IWTV or the other stuff. There's nothing right now, but definitely something down the road that is very possible with Below Zero, as we want to reach out to more and more fans and viewer base around the United States or just around wherever. So very familiar with IWTV, and yeah, I would say keep your eyes open for that us down the road at some point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, okay. Now I realize what I've heard of it before.
Yep.
They've Time Bomb Pro Wrestling uses it, and they've had posted a couple shows on there. So yeah.
Yeah, you can get a lot of stuff. There's places from all over. I mean, just the other night I wasn't able to, but Shazza McKenzie, who's going to be on our show in May, she was on there wrestling someone. I wanted to watch that. I just didn't work out or whatever. But it's kind of fun how throughout the week, throughout all the weekends, they have just so many different places that you can watch, and you can be watching a show in California, and here you are in North Dakota, and see stuff that you might be familiar with some people, and so it's a really cool thing that they got going there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think it's definitely a cool thing that they're doing. So, and then speaking of like a TV network, I believe MAW uses Fight TV. Is that a possible goal or interest?
Yeah, anytime that you can get out there on something like that, it would always be a goal and interest. I mean, that just means that your brand is growing, And as long as the goal is always to grow the brand, continue to be better than what you were, yesterday, or continue to be better than what you were at the last show. And so if you can get something with a Fight TV, with an IWTV, anything like that, just to get, more eyes on everything, that would definitely be a goal for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just realized the light sensor just went off, so I'm a motion quick to get that
No,
on.
that's all right. That's all right.
Okay, there we go. I forgot that does that. Been sitting for too long. All right. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I forgot to shout out him before, but he also has another question. Singlek on Instagram says, "What are your thoughts on deathmatch wrestling?"
It, it's not my favorite. It definitely has its place, and there's a lot of people that really do enjoy it. There's a lot of great companies out there that put on wonderful shows for the more hardcore, the more deathmatch type of stuff. At Below Zero, you'll probably never see anything like that, as we have a lot of more family friendly with lots of kids and everything at the shows. I've watched it. I mean, I grew up watching a lot of hardcore matches, but like extreme death matches or anything like that, it's not for me. But I know a lot of people love it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's definitely for like a general extreme crowd. It's probably their fan favorite matches. But I think I guess in terms of me, I guess seeing it on TV and then first time seeing it in Time Bomb it's definitely different. And I don't know. I think I prefer just like regular matches or even just like
Mhm.
regular extreme matches, not the thumbtacks and all that. So.
Sure.
Yeah, and especially with your show, you're more of a family friendly, and I mean, you got your kids that go to the show, so I don't know if that
Yeah,
would
we got a
be.
lot of kids at the shows. It's been wonderful to see that fan base grow. From a handful of kids at our first show to our last show in Wapaton. There was adults that literally were letting kids have their seats, and one like whole side of the ring had like 15, 20 kids over there, and they're just chanting at the wrestlers, and they're just getting into it. And one of them was going back and forth with Sly, and it was really cool to see kids, to doing that type of stuff, and the parents and the fans and the adults there realizing that these kids love it that much and they like that experience, and letting them all kind of come together. And it was, all these kids, they were just loving it. And it's, as a promoter, it's great to see that kind of stuff, because that's what I love, and that's what you're there for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Uh, let's. So I was talking to Jesse, and a few shows ago we had our someone come on to do a shadow session. I was wondering if you were okay with having someone shadow and maybe ask you some questions.
Sure, the more the merrier.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna bring on Zach Knutson right now to ask some questions and learn about some below zero wrestling. So all right. All right. Hey Zach.
Hey,
Hey Zach, how's it going?
good.
Good. All right. So yeah, we're talking with Below Zero Wrestling co-owner. His company is based in Fargo, North Dakota. So do you have any questions or thoughts you want to ask him?
Um, how how is your company doing in Fargo, North Dakota?
We're doing great. It's been a wonderful year here. We're coming up on our 1 year anniversary show, and we're loving what's going on. And so yeah, I mean, in my eyes, we're doing wonderful.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it's definitely been doing good, and they've had so many shows now, and definitely fan favorite in the Fargo, North Dakota area. So yeah. Let's go through the comments here. Paul Garrett says, was I guess well he says both of you, but I guess we can probably all take a shot at it. But what is our favorite wrestling match of all time? But don't let this man distract you from the fact that in 1998, The Undertaker threw Mankind off Hell in a Cell and pummeled in 16 feet through an announcer's table. So I'm guessing that's his favorite match.
Could
So
very well could be.
yeah.
So mine, my favorite of all time is probably Rock versus Hogan, WrestleMania 18. Just being such a Hogan fan and a Rock fan, I mean, everyone's those guys. You know, they all love those guys, but seeing that match transform from, you know, what it started as to where it ended with Hollywood, you know, coming essentially the return of Hollywood Hulk Hogan, and you know, back I believe that was back in Toronto. I'm pretty sure that's where that was. Just seeing how that you know, all played out. Yeah, WrestleMania 18, Rock versus Hogan, favorite match.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll let you go, Zach.
How many matches have you had?
No, let's answer the fan question. What is your favorite match of all time?
Oh, my favorite match of all time. John Cena versus Triple H at WrestleMania 22.
Okay. Yeah. That's definitely a good match, and I think it was early on in Cena's career he had his first I think or one of his earlier title defenses. So yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me I'd have to go John Cena versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 23. I think that was a good standout match, especially with the John Cena entrance and then even the Shawn Michaels entrance. So yeah.
Both of that, I'm a big fan of entrances. So, like, you know, that anytime guys are doing special entrances, which is WrestleMania, you know, they do a lot of special entrances for that. I love that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Who do you think has the best entrance in Below Zero Wrestling?
Man, you put me on the spot. I'm going through my head right now, trying to remember. See, you got to remember, I'm behind everything, so I don't get to see a ton of the entrances. You know, anytime you get a crowd favorite like a Brandon Nitro, Jack Ledger, Bobby Brennan, Rock Solid Ross, like anytime you get some of those guys that are super high energy, and I'm missing some here, DeLorean Diggs. You know, anytime you get guys like that are super high energy that come out and you know, get the crowd going and everything like that, that's always awesome. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm drawing a blank on any, like, you know, special entrances that we may or may not have had. But like I said, I'm behind everything. You know, at Wapaton, one of our best entrances, one of our best reactions we've had in a very long time is when Jerry came out, and that crowd just went crazy for him. You know, and Jerry runs to the ring and flips into the ring and everything like that. You know, so it's awesome when you have great entrances with, you know, great crowd reactions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think all the wrestlers pretty much have a good entrance, and especially in terms of the crowd pop that they have. So I guess I kind of want to answer it too, but I want to say that Jack Ledger's entrance in the Sanctuary is definitely an awesome pop and awesome arena when he comes out.
Yeah, he really gets a great pop out in at the Sanctuary. I mean, the crowd loves him, you know, and he goes out there and he lays it on the line, and he, you know, performs well. Hence why he is the champion. You know, he climbed that ladder, and the crowd just went crazy for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Paul wants to join the live video on Instagram, but I'm not. I think we could probably let him in. I don't know if it wouldn't be like directly on your screen, but if you're open to doing that, Nick.
Sure, whatever. Yeah.
I think with the free StreamYard, I can add at least like 6, so I think that should be fine. Let's see how this works.
When's Jesse coming on?
He was hoping like 8:50, or he changed it to 8:50, but he said he would be on sooner. I hope he gets on soon.
I wonder what he's probably watching SmackDown.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Paul.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah, you guys made me feel old by talking about your favorite matches. I realized that being the old fogey that I am, I go back to pre-WrestleMania 1. One of my favorite matches was Hulk Hogan against Roddy Piper in the one-on-one match that wore to settle the score that they had on MTV. Personally, I thought that should have been the main event of WrestleMania 1, but that's just me. So, question for you.
Yeah.
Starting up the Below Zero wrestling and stuff. Like I mentioned earlier, you guys really got your stuff together. And how did you get so prepared? Were you guys attending a lot of other local matches and seeing some of the stuff that they were doing wrong, and said, let's try it like this? Because even your production quality at the start of the show and during the show is just phenomenal, and the way you guys prepare me for the show. I've announced for several wrestling and mixed martial arts shows, and I've never gotten that kind of prep before the show. So how did you go about getting everything set up so smoothly?
I'm gonna give a lot of credit to Zach on that. Zach prepares everything. He probably has everything already done for Wrestleversary. I mean, our May show is he's probably got your stuff ready. He's probably got my stuff ready. He's probably got everything ready already. He's so prepared, and wants just everything to make sure that everything goes smooth. And it in turn has really rubbed off on myself as well. And I can't say that we specifically started watching other companies or anything like that. I mean, we've just both been fans for so long that you see a lot of stuff, and we talked for so long beforehand about what we wanted Below Zero to be, and what did we want. We wanted everything to be as smooth as possible, and so both of us have our roles, and we make sure that those roles are ready for the show, days in advance. Mine's probably like the night before. I guess the Zach's is like weeks before. And it just helps out so much that when it comes day of, that if there are those hiccups, it's easy to transition past them or move past them, because everything's good to go. And, everyone else knows their spots, knows their places and everything.
Well, I think that adds a lot of credibility, especially to your promotion, and when other people start to see it, is the production quality of the whole show and stuff. And it's just very fun to watch from a fan standpoint as well, how everything is pulled off so smoothly, and all the entrances are pretty smooth as butter. And so I think you guys just do a phenomenal job at getting the prep work done to make the show look just awesome.
I appreciate that a lot. Thank you.
Yeah. Zach, you want to go with the question?
Sure. Who are we talking to, Paul?
I guess you can ask Paul or Nick questions. They're both part of the Below Zero Wrestling company.
So, Paul, who is your favorite wrestler in Below Zero Wrestling?
Oh boy. I know this is going to sound weird because I said I want to take a weapon to him earlier, but I love watching Sly Fox. He is one character that, if I ever cut a promo on him, I'd say it looks like Brother Love and Colonel Sanders made a baby. So, but yeah, and I know him outside of wrestling too, and he's just a really great guy, and seeing his character just going crazy makes him all that much more entertaining. And I've seen him around with a bunch of other promotions too, and it's just the same. And kind of jealous of how good he is. So yeah, I really enjoy him.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Sly Fox, he's definitely got an interesting character, and he's definitely he gets over with the crowd, but gets over in the I guess the negative way, and he's got everyone on his bad side. But yeah, he's definitely a great manager extraordinaire, as he calls himself. So
The
yeah.
manager extraordinaire, yes.
What he has to do, to make that character so unlikable. So if I was ever managing on the other side of the ring, I could have a lot of fun with him. Always a good time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Looking at the comment sections here from on Instagram, Singlek says, or I'll go with Nick on this. Have you seen any Nick Gage matches?
Yeah. Yep. I've watched a few of them. I mean, I watched his AEW one. I've watched some of his GCW stuff. I mean, I have. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, Nick Gage probably, yes, yeah, he's probably one of the most insane extreme wrestlers that there is right now, and he did GCW and had that pretty good match, or no, I would probably say awesome match with Chris Jericho in that Extreme Rules match, and or probably death match. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So on Facebook here, Paul Gerard says, Nick, are there any more plans for more pro superstars to come wrestle?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely have some stuff in the works for some people that guys are going to be familiar, that fans are going to be familiar with, that they've seen on TV, in some of the bigger companies. Yeah, we got some exciting stuff coming up. I can't give too much away right now, but I mean, even I'm talking even down the road for other shows that we have planned, throughout, the next year. We're gonna have some surprises, and we still have a couple to announce for WrestleVersary. There's still a couple names that people are going to be familiar with. So it's always fun having those guys to mesh with the talent that we have around here, and to see some of those talents around here be able to step into the ring with guys that have been on TV or girls that have been on TV before in some of those bigger companies, and see how well they hold up. I mean, looking back at that tag team match with NDS versus Madman Fulton and Ace Austin, I mean, those guys looked great in the ring together, and NDS is from around here, and you want to talk about a tag team that can hold their own with anyone. NDS was right there with two amazing talents that have been, all around the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that the NDS and Madman Fulton's Ace Austin match was probably the highlight of that night. Yeah, definitely probably the two greatest tag teams, the greatest tag team in current Impact history, and then I would probably definitely have to say the greatest tag team in the Midwest the Midwest territory, NDS. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, ton of talent in that ring at that time during that match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Also, yeah, Paul Garage says phenomenal match. It was so fun. So, yeah,
And Paul got to see it right there. He's got the same two seats, I think, for every single Below Zero event, because I don't even know if I get the tickets published, and he's already got his tickets bought. Me and Paul have joked about it before, that those are if he's there, those are his seats. I need to have someone that I can come out and tap on the shoulder or pat on the back before I hop in the ring, to almost calm your nerves a little bit. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's definitely awesome. Got Dale, or what is the word? Routine front row seaters already for your companies.
Mm-hmm.
Paul, do you want to go with the question?
Golly, that's a tough one. I mean, I'll have to agree with that NDS match at the last show. I was literally blown away after the show. Just how, being a wrestling fan for 40 years, being able to see the kind of match that they had, that was a real treat. Because I did do a podcast with them one time, and they're like really great guys and everything. So seeing what they're doing, it makes it a little bit more special. I think it's just so awesome.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Zach, you want to go with the question or thought?
Question. So on average, how many fans do you guys get a week?
A week? We don't do like weekly shows or anything like that, but on our shows that we have done, I mean, we've had a couple hundred at almost every single show. We've been up around 300 a couple times. We seem to grow almost every single event. We have more and more fans. The last show, they were still coming in the door at Wapaton when we were supposed to start. Paul's sitting in the ring getting ready he's got to start announcing, and I'm running around trying to put chairs down still for people that are coming in the door. And it's like, hey guys, it's go time. And I'm like, you gotta wait. I gotta find more chairs, So that's a good thing. We're very, very fortunate that our fan base is as big as it is, and we continue to grow.
Yeah. That is. It's always a good thing when you have to get more chairs because there's just so many fans there and they want to all the action that's there. So yeah.
I got to go back to a question that we had here a little bit ago about the production and everything with Below Zero. Zach just messaged me and I couldn't remember, and that's why I keep looking down. But if you want to see some amazing production and everything, all of his skills, he has a YouTube channel called Tap Out Corner, and that's where he's honed everything. It's got some of the best wrestling videos that I've seen around, and it's a huge hit on YouTube. And anyone watching, definitely go check out Tap Out Corner, because that's where Zach shines. He's so good at all of that stuff that he does, and I'm very fortunate to have a business partner like him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's always cool when you got someone that you can trust with production, because I mean, production is what makes it all happen, and especially in the Sanctuary Event Center when you got all the. The Sanctuary Event Center is the first place I've ever seen Titantron movie videos used, so it's definitely cool to have someone working that and someone working music and soundtracks and all that. So, yeah.
When he did those, I actually I knew he was doing them, but I didn't realize that he was like doing them. And then I saw him like the first time, and I was like, "Holy crap! Like this is awesome!" Like I fan moment, I'm like, "This is amazing," So yeah, he takes advantage when we're at places like that have those screens and have the sound system and the setup and everything like that. He takes advantage of those to the fullest and makes it where we can utilize those things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that also increases the fan experience too. Seeing how professional it looks. When I was announcing the show before Eric Beard came in, I didn't look at my script to see that's who it was going to be, because I wanted it to be a surprise too. And when I saw it, my jaw almost hit the mat, because I was just like, no way.
That was fun. That part was really fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're getting a lot of questions on pretty much both platforms. Which we go? Have you seen any game changer wrestling shows?
Yep. I've watched some. Not a ton, but I mean, I've stayed a little bit more familiar with them or stayed up to date with them a little bit more, just as they're really growing. Sean Waltman is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, and he just wrestled for them here, a few weeks ago or a month ago or whatever. So definitely have paid attention to them a little bit more in the recent months or weeks or whatever.
Yeah. I've seen a little bit of their stuff, and I believe, I think, the show that they had at the ECW ballroom was definitely an awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then especially, Matt Cardona having that awesome match there. So, yeah.
Yep.
Jack, do you think you could turn your TV down a little bit?
Sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. It's just getting a little loud for the speakers on the computer. Let's see. Which should we go? I'll go with one of my questions here. What made you decide that now is the perfect time to debut the BZW Championship?
It was Winter Slam. I mean, we had to. That Winter Slam is going to be one of our biggest shows of the year. That and Wrestleversary. But Winter Slam is going to be that. I guess you can call it. Your quote unquote WrestleMania essentially. And so it was no time like the present at that point to debut that. And we had enough shows where enough guys were guys and girl were ready to be in that those number one contenders and be in that position. And unfortunately, with some weather stuff, Sierra was not able to make it, so it was just ended up being the triple threat. And those three guys went out there and put on a hell of a match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know a few. I mean, circumstances happen, but I know a few people were really kind of upset that Sierra wasn't there. But I think she'll definitely have a run.
Yeah, the stuff you deal with in the Midwest, that time of the year, you take your chances and hope the weather is good. And they were coming from one of the they had to travel the farthest. Around the farthest at that point, and it just wasn't able to work that day for them. And they messaged me that morning, and we're very upset. Going to miss that opportunity and everything like that. But we'll have them back. Joey and Sierra, they'll be back for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, speaking of Joey and Sierra together, they're gonna be at Discover Pro Wrestling as well this Sunday, taking on Christine Von Airy and Mickey Wild. So yeah. I've seen Mickey Wild. He was on a dark match in November for AEW Dark. So I know at least a little bit about him. I know what he looks. I've seen what he looks like before, but I mean, think it should definitely be a good match. And I saw Christine Von Eerie last week in Ironheart Pro Wrestling, so she's definitely a great talent to take on Sierra in that intergender tag match. So
for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Zach, you want to go with the question?
So in the intergender matches, how many are there usually? Like just one or two?
Yeah. So we've had two. We've BZW specifically. We've had two. With Sierra, she's wrestled Downtown Petey Brown, and she wrestled Rampage Santana, and she would have been in the ladder match as well. But it's awesome to see stuff like that, and show that these girls out there can hold their own, that they're just as talented as some of these guys. And now in Wrestleversary in May here, we're gonna have our first female versus female match. And we're really excited for that too, with Shazza and Rachel That's going to be one hell of a match. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Is there another Facebook comment here? Yeah, Paul Gerards also says Xbox with the exclamation point. So yeah, Xbox definitely awesome. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Also from Paul, will there be more than one title eventually, or just the main BZW title?
Oh, we'll have more. Yep, we definitely will. Down the road, at some point, we will introduce, whether it's singles, tags, women, we will introduce some more titles at some point. I've already got something in the works as it is. We won't go too far in depth with that. I still like surprises, but we will definitely have some more titles at some point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Too many good people not to. You got to have some people representing some of those titles out there. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You've definitely got a pretty good number of, I guess, below zero wrestling. I don't know if regulars is the right word, but I guess roster already, and I think they definitely gotta have a belt around their waist. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Paul, do you want to go with the question?
Yeah, you announced, was it last week, that the Shaza McKenzie is going to be on the next show coming up. What's her background looking like? I guess I haven't really heard of her much.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was talking to me. Sorry. Yeah.
Wonderful, very talented. She's from Australia. Wrestled some matches with WWE and AEW, and has been around the indies for a while now. She has been all over the world and wrestled, lots of who's who, and continues to do that. And we're super excited for her. She's over in the States right now through with Mania, and she's going to be there through the next couple months here, working for various promotions all over. So we're really excited for her and to see where she goes, and how her first match in BZW goes as well.
Yeah, I think the women's movement so far in wrestling, starting at the actually NXT, then on to WWE. I think women are really coming on popular with certain fans, and it's good to see a few more women participating in our cards.
Yeah, and we're going to continue that just because there's so much talent out there, and as I've continued to expand my horizon on people around the area, and as you get to talk to more guys in the locker room, and they give you hey, you should check this person out, or hey, you should check out this person, and more and more female names are coming up with the women, and we're really excited. We're gonna really grow that brand of BZW and bring in a lot of amazing, very talented women's wrestlers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think women's wrestling is definitely very important, and usually in companies I only see it's usually been one match, but now I've recently been seeing at least 2, maybe 3. And Ironheart, I saw my first ever Fatal 4-Way women's match, so it's definitely women's wrestling is definitely growing in the Midwest. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Zach, you want to go with the question?
How many women are on the roster?
Well, I mean, up until May, we've only had one wrestle. After May, we'll have had 3 wrestle for us, and then I can say we haven't announced it yet, and I'm not going to announce it yet, but we do have another a new female face booked for a show down the road as well. So we got a lot. That roster, that part of the roster is growing, and very excited to see what matches come out of it, down the road.
Mm.
Yeah. All right. So we got Jesse that just joined in now. Jesse, what's going on?
Hey, Nick, how you
Hey.
doing?
Good. How are you?
Can't complain.
Good.
So I have a question for you. The system is claiming that there's a conspiracy against him. I see you smiling, Zach. We're going to talk about this in a minute. Anyway, as I was saying, the system claims there's a conspiracy going on with him. Do you believe that at all?
This is the first I've heard of the conspiracy. That would be new to me. With all of his underhanded tricks that him and Sly had at Wahpeton, I would say the conspiracy that I'm not sure how much I would believe of that after what they did the other week in Wahpeton.
Gotcha. Yeah, he was just he kind of joined me and Jeryn this week, and he was complaining about a conspiracy.
Sure.
That just might be an MAW kind of thing. That maybe there.
But he's wrestling all over the place, and he likes to get his hands in everything. So I'm sure if there's something brewing that he's gonna, you never know. Something might pop up in BZW. You never know.
You never know. You never know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, system definitely. He's interesting character, and definitely with being put in the DPW match this Sunday, he can't be pretty happy, and I just hope he doesn't go after other promoters. So, yeah, be careful, Nick.
Yeah, be very careful, Nick, because he's pretty upset right now. We don't want him coming after you.
I'll watch my back. My door is locked over there, so he can't get me tonight. But I'll make sure to watch my back in a month or so here when he's back in Fargo.
That sounds good.
He gave me a stare down. The last time he was here, I was holding that belt. He stared me down when I was holding that thing. So you never know. Maybe I got to watch my back a little bit more.
Well, we hope after this weekend he'll calm down.
There we go.
That kind of riled him up this week, so it's all on Zach if he comes after you.
All right, Zach.
I apologize for that.
Oh,
Zach is going to be a understudy of ours. He's interested in doing podcasts, so me and Jeryn kind of took him under our wing and are going to help him out here with it. So
sure.
Zach, you have anything you want to ask Nick or talk to him about?
So how long are you the one fighting against the system, or is the system fighting somebody else?
No, not me. The system is going to be fighting Jack Ledger. He's the Below Zero champion right now, and the system won the #1 contenders match in Wahpeton here a couple weeks ago against DeLorean Diggs. He may have had some help from Sylvester J. Fox, but I'm not going to step in the ring with him. I got someone else to fight my battles. Jack Ledger can do that.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'll do it for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure Nick wants to get in the ring against System because System's he's quite the character, and he might bring Sly in with you. So yeah,
If Sly comes in, Paul's got a microphone in his hand in case stuff gets out of control.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Paul will save the day. I guess Yeah, we can go with one more question here. So talk about your the next show. I know we've been talking about it a little bit, but talk about the next Below Zero Wrestling show.
Yeah, so we have Wrestleversary in be May 15th, Sunday, May 15th in Fargo. We are back at the Sanctuary Event Center. That starts at 4:00, like our show, most of our shows do there. We have top to bottom. It's going to be another amazing show. We've announced a few things right now. Today we announced that there's going to be a seven participant Rumble, the Wrestleversary Rumble. That will crown the next number one contender. They will get to wrestle, the winner of the System versus Jack at an upcoming event. We've announced the women's match with Rachel and Shaza, and Jason Strife we announced as well. He's going to be defending his AIWF Cruiserweight Championship. There. We just put that up a little while ago. So we're really looking forward to it. We have a few more announcements coming up in the future here. We're going to continue to put those on our social medias on who's going to be there and who's going to be wrestling. That match right there with Rachel and Shaza, I'm really, really excited for that one.
Rachel Ellering?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, Nick, you are gonna be blown away by her.
Yeah.
She's a powerhouse. She's something else.
Yeah.
You're gonna enjoy her.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that one. I'm excited for all of them. There's a few that we haven't announced yet, and it's going to be fun. So definitely stay tuned to our Facebooks and our Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff. You can find us at Below Zero Wrestling. And if you're in the area, it's definitely a show that you're not going to want to miss.
For fans that can't be at the show, is there a way they can view it? Maybe by streaming it somewhere?
Not as of yet. We will be looking into stuff like that. We always just want to make sure that our shows, day of go off without any issues.
Absolutely.
But down the road, and maybe at this one, I'm not 100% sure yet, but eventually we will do some streaming or IWTV or Fight TV or something like that, where fans will be able to see some stuff.
Well, now you kind of piqued my interest with the Rachel Ellering match. I met Rachel Ellering a few summers ago in Gray Eagle, Minnesota. Her dad owned the bar there.
Sure.
And she just blew me away. Her mannerisms and everything. I mean, I think she's going to be very enjoyable to work with.
Yeah, so far it's been awesome. The small interactions that we have had with her and getting her here, she's excited. She's going to be, wrestling in Fargo. I'm not sure if she's ever wrestled in Fargo before. And I don't think she has. Maybe I don't think she was with Impact the last, when they were here. That's probably too long ago. But very excited to have her and all the talent in the locker room that's going to be there for this show. We got it's gonna be fun.
I'm just glad that she's back in Minnesota again. I think she'll get treated a lot better. My opinion, I don't think Impact really treated her well.
Yeah, I didn't watch a lot of. I watched a lot of Impact, but I wasn't staying up on a lot of the storylines for a little while.
Right.
It was harder to watch or whatever. I know she's super talented, and we're very, very excited. And I hope she's back in Minnesota for a long time, because that just means she gets to wrestle on more of our events, hopefully.
Yeah, I know she's going to be at a Midwest All-Star Wrestling a show on May 13th, I believe that is, in Faribault. So
yep, she'll be wrestling for them the day before on the 14th, I believe.
Oh, yeah, I think you're absolutely right.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that can conclude the episode. Well, first, thank you, Paul, for joining on the Instagram Live and adding in some input and questions. It's always good to hear from announcers of the wrestling industry. And then thank you, Zach, for joining for shadowing our Indie Talk episode. And then, last but not least, thank you, Nick, for being on the show. Nick Stokke of Below Zero Wrestling. So it's been awesome to have you on, and hope we can talk again sometime.
Definitely. Yeah, always appreciate it. I enjoy talking wrestling with you guys, and anytime you need someone on, just let me know. And always fun to watch your guys' stuff too. You guys are doing some awesome stuff, and love what you guys have been doing, and keep it up.
Thank you.
Okay.
We appreciate it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Have a good night, Nick.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
before we let you go, Nick, there's some stuff on YouTube of Rachel Ellering.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you knew this or not, but she was in the Olympics at one time for powerlifting.
Bronze medal, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure she was a bronze medalist.
Well,
So
that's pretty good.
yeah,
That's saying something.
just going to the Olympics is amazing. Just going to any type of stuff is amazing. But if you can compete in podium, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Well,
All right.
yeah.
Thanks again. I'm out of here.
All right. Have
Yeah.
a good night, Nick.
All right. Yeah. See you later, Paul. All right. Live is. Yeah. All right.
All right.
Live is.
I don't think we had too